Hi, this is Tapcat, and welcome back to XCOM Enemy Unknown. Before we go on our final mission to assault the temple ship, I need to buy something, and I'm going to explain this in more detail because it kind of represents a pretty significant shift in what I was planning on. But let me do this first. So we're buying a second plasma sniper rifle, as you can see. The reason for that is I'm going to bring 2 snipers when we assault the temple ship. So I've been thinking about it a lot. Unlike a lot of missions in this campaign, I remember the final one pretty well. Maybe because it is scripted, for lack of a better word, never changes. And I've played it a number of times. So anyway, let me go ahead and equip this. I originally was not going to bring Yuri. I had one of each of the 4 classes. And I just thought, you know, there are some rooms that are really difficult. And we only have 4 soldiers rather than 6. And I am concerned about pushing through enough damage. So for the same reason, I'm bringing Krishnan instead of Zhang. Now, I'm not sure about either of these switches, but the reason I'm doing it is because if he shoots like from where he starts the turn, he can take 2 shots where, you know, Zhang can never do more than 1. So I lose hollow targeting, and I do lose 1 rocket, but we don't tend to use a ton of rockets anyway. So, yeah, I'm not positive this is a good idea. Leaving behind a support, of course, is dangerous from the standpoint that we will have 0 healing. I'm not going to put a med kit on either one of these guys. But, on the other side, having 2 snipers instead of 1 is a massive boost to our damage output. I did consider, by the way, bringing both heavies instead of 2 snipers. Because against something like the sectopods, that would be very effective. But overall, I'm happier with this. So, well, we're going to try it. And if it doesn't work, well, that'll become very obvious to all of us. At any rate, I think we have done what we can to prepare. And we are out of here.
Touching down.
You hear our voice, new one. Now listen well. Long have we watched and waited. So many promising subjects. So many failed efforts. And now, after untold trials, the new one emerges to face the rigors of our collective. An enduring physical form, paired with an equally adept mental capacity. The rarest of traits, finally within our grasp.
Come get some.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Now, by the way, we do have a new ability, Rift. You don't get that until after you go through the Gollop chamber. So this is a pretty heavy hitter ability for sure. That's not what I was trying to do, actually. Kind of annoying.
I've got a visual.
So she will not do us any good on this turn. Boy. Yep. I've really done a nice job setting myself up for this. I'm going to have to go out of cover and just take the best shot I can.
Taken care.
Okay. Well, that's good. Let me think. I will come here. I want to be careful. I don't think those sectoids are the only thing in this room. 85% is reasonable. You know, I will tell you, another change I seriously considered making was to give her a plasma rifle. And the reason I thought about doing that is there's a lot of places in here where you don't necessarily want to move forward. You know, you just want to...
Contact.
They're trying to flank us.
That's not great. You know what I should have done is thrown a battle scanner. Yeah, you need to shoot from a distance. We're probably going to get mind controlled here. One of us. But I think the others will be able to... Wow, 6? Really?
Failure, though possessed of a certain brilliance, they were marred by their cowardice and frailty, which made them cruel and ultimately useless.
Okay. Well... Come on.
Hoorah!
Okay. So that is good. We know those cyber discs are up there. Question is how I want to approach that, because that's pretty dodgy. I move him here. He can't see it. Doggone it. Okay. Well, yeah. This is pretty terrible for her to not be able to get close and just go on Overwatch. Boy, I hate wasting my Overwatch on that stupid thing. Missing to boot.
Nailed him.
Another attempt, this one inspired. 2 subjects, each with a glaring weakness, brought together in the hopes of a symbiotic strength. And yet, this newfound power left them devoid of higher thought, lacking in comprehension. Another useless effort.
Great. Alright. Let's do it. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, he is double tap? Well then. Alright.
Hostiles pacified.
1 disc down. Well, I don't know that I can possibly get close enough to
For the kill.
really have a good chance to hit, because their defense is so darn high. Alright, I'll do this. Get him with the second shot. Nope.
That's not good.
Stone nothing. Alright, man. I was really hoping I could have him on Overwatch for the other cyber disc.
He's down.
Rather than, you know, hitting for 18 on... well, I guess I still can. And even better, I can have her up. So in theory, if the disc moves forward, we could just kill it. Not saying it'll happen. It's a really good start, though. Come on. You can do it.
Out of the game.
Alright. Nice job. So that was a relief. This room looked like it could get a little dodgy there.
Let's do this.
And I'm not going to move. We're just going to reload everybody.
Let's do this.
And then we'll move
Good to
forward.
go.
I guess I could have moved them up one move, but whatever. Okay. I think what we want to do is come up here.
Here they come.
Oh, it's a drone. Okay. Well, I think I can do this. I didn't realize one of these stupid things
kill him if you don't
was
hit him.
still alive. Don't think he's going to live through two snipers taking
Got
two
him.
shots each. And in fact, he did not. I am grateful I didn't move him before. You know, even if he only does 1 point of damage, I mean, I don't need to take a point of damage. That is just the reality. Okay, I may not want to go dashing through here quite the same way. Yeah, let's slow our roll a little bit. So I need to get her up here. And I guess I'll bring him here. I should have bought a set of Archangel armor for him, and I just literally did not think about
On
it
Overwatch.
until it was too late. So I will easily come to regret that.
Aye,
Moving
aye.
to Overwatch.
I mean, I already regret it. I just hope I don't end up paying for it. But all right, I'm not moving him forward. We're just going to come in nice and slow. This should be fine. And then I need to get her up here. And I'll come here. Alright. So,
Roger that.
everybody on Overwatch.
Scanning.
Got my eyes on.
What have you got for me? Nothing until you move up, fool. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and put her into flight mode.
Lifting off.
Okay, wow, that's as high as I can go, huh?
The new one faces a great foe and an equally great disappointment. When their organic form failed to evolve, it was given the strength of a machine, creating this merciless, fearless killer, a fate worse than death.
Alright, well, this is a little awkward because we have more guys even in the room we left that I didn't realize we did. So let me see. I can obviously kill the floater. The heavy floater is more problematic. And unfortunately, I can't do a lot here. Let me, I could potentially kill him, and it's the only guy I have a shot at, so. Alright.
Got him.
That's good. It's not amazing, but it's good. What can you hit? Alright, let's go for headshot. This has the potential to be lethal. And we got there. Okay. So I feel a lot better about things at this point, and there's no real reason. What's the cooldown on this? Hold on. 4 turns. I don't know. You know what? I'm not really in the mood to screw around. Let's just do it. They're just in a really awkward spot to get at. One of them's in full cover. And we don't need to take damage from those stupid things. Okay. So what do I want to do? Move forward, I suppose. Yeah. Another floater, you say?
It just got hot here.
Oh, and 2 more floaters, you say? Okay, they're the more problematic ones because they have us flanked. But I mean, they're problematic in a relative way. Oh, hold on. So, okay. I just want to get kind of the lay of the land here. He can only see 2. Let's go for the one on the back first.
Bye-bye.
And that's fine. I'll just do it again. Alright.
Hostiles pacified.
So, it was a little bit wonky in some ways, you know, when I first saw it, but we're fine. You know, it's funny. I probably should have just used Mind Fray, but he can't see him. Bad news for you, son. She can. She can see you real well. So there you go. Chrysalids.
Unsavory beings. They were little more than insects when their uplift began, and in their failure became the most dangerous of predators. Incapable of direction, understanding, they were deemed fit only to breed and die.
Awkward. Okay, interestingly, he can't see anything. She can see 2. Well, we'll go for this guy first. I don't know if she has double tap. Okay, she does. It's kind of hard for me to keep up with who has done what.
He's down.
I believe we still have one more over here, but I cannot see it. So what if I move her down here?
Got something over
Yep,
here.
there he is. And 100%, this should be an easy kill. There you go.
Long was our search, and now, with success so close at hand, we witness the fruits of our endeavor.
Okay, well, I don't want to move up any farther than this.
Commander.
I don't think there's any real point in leaving him this far back. He can't see anything anyway.
Back in.
And I'm not positive if there's anything left in here. There could be. But obviously we're getting towards the end of this room. So I'm thinking we're probably about done here. Which, you know, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and just dash. Try to catch up. And I don't think keeping her up here is really going to do me much good anymore. Hold on. Yep. And I need to reload her, so that'll delay us a turn,
Jetpack
but
on deck. Ready to engage.
I guess if nothing else, I should just reload everybody
Killing time.
if they need it.
Roger that. Scanning.
One of the reasons I did not bring two heavies on this mission is that their mobility kind of sucks, it seems like, compared to anybody else. And oftentimes when you first encounter guys, like, you need to get in position. The snipers can partially offset that through squad sight. Alright.
Roger that.
Roger that.
We'll move forward after this. But the heavy, it's tough, you know, like you can't use the rocket and you can't do this. Is there a wall here? Is that what I'm seeing? Yes. Alright, I don't want everybody to have to dash though. So let's only come up so far. Now it's annoying. There we go. Like when the wall just kind of auto disappears. That's not always very helpful. Either is having literally no cover. Okay.
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Roger that.
Roger.
Scanning.
I've got my eyes on it.
Switch to the pistol. Okay.
Roger that. Scanning.
Alright. This isn't really an area where Overwatch even means a ton once those, hold on. This is actually really awkward. One short. I don't think it would be though if I moved her like really forward, but that is awkward in a different way. Let me yeah, okay. Well, I'll do it. Alright. I know what's in this room, by the way. And what I don't remember is where you trigger it.
Got it covered.
Roger that.
Eyes peeled.
I was thinking when I went to the door, that would do it. So let me try this. Okay. Will this trigger it? Yes. Okay. Okay. Super awkward. So I have to come here. Or here.
They were unable to embrace the gift. Another wasted example.
It was this one, right? God, I hope so. Wouldn't it be funny if I went to the wrong one? Wouldn't that just be a scream? I would scream.
I think it poisoned me.
She's not immune. She doesn't have the Titan armor. I'm so used to the Titan armor at this point. Oh, man. Well, that's awkward. Yep, that is awkward. So she's going to take a little damage no matter what, and her aim is going in the toilet. So that's not great. And none of us can see him. And if I come this way, well, no, she's probably not immune either. I don't know that Archangel armor is. I don't have run and gun. Okay, you know what I do have though? I got the mental whammy. I put the whamma jamma on you, you son of a, you know what? Okay. Nobody move.
Moving to Overwatch.
Okay. Now, we do need to do another thing here.
ET in sight. Engaging.
Yep. I don't know if I can hit him. I got a pretty good chance. I'm not going to waste Rift on him. So let's just see what we can do. Nice. Okay. Okay. So that's it for the thin men. Yeah. The poison thing, definitely, I just was not thinking about that. I was like, I thought of it, and I thought it was no problemo. But I was living in the time when we were carrying armor, or she was carrying armor, that made it no problemo. Now, I think I remember what's in here. Let me see. Okay. So we do want to be careful here. Okay. Super awkward. I actually need her to not be there, but I think I've already screwed this up because I don't need... Oh, I can fit her here. Okay. Not that it really matters. Okay.
Overwatch, high eyes.
Roger that. Scanning.
This could be a tough room. We have some guys in here. Let me try this. What if I I double clicked. I hope that doesn't cost me.
And yet they are incapable of brilliance, of independence. They will never be more than primitive warriors, serving only to fight and die, as did those who came before them.
Okay. I can only see one. And of course we have this, who apparently did not activate. I could use Rift to kill one. He can't see him, no. Yeah, this is just super awkward. It is genuinely really, really awkward. Because it's very difficult to get an actual shot on this guy. Okay, they're both over there. That solves that. We're gonna Rift. Beautiful. Now, I could start firing at this guy, but I don't really want to pull him forward, and I think it's extremely unlikely. We could do 20 damage. Oh, God. I may have forgotten about that. Now I've triggered him. That was so dumb. Well, now it's too late. I got to do everything in my power to try to kill him. Because we have the two mutons active. And, yeah. That's trouble. See, that's not who I need you to hit, though. This is what I gotta do. Okay. Unfortunately, we're not gonna get... yeah. We're screwed. I have to do this. Oh. Okay, his charge defeated himself. Oh, that's right. I moved. So, I mean, listen, I'll get in the damage I can get in. And it's half of its health. Unfortunately, for the purposes of what they will do this turn, it might as well have been nothing. But we got reasonably lucky there. Let me come up and see if I can see anything. I can. I think Mind Fray is probably what I want here. Kind of makes good sense.
Voices in your head.
Alright. Now. What else we got? I can come down here. This has to be where he's hiding. At least I believe so. Let's come here. No? There were two. Did he come over here or something? I'm a little confused. Well, okay. I'm thinking we just go on Overwatch. We can put up... Oops, wrong button. We can put up some pretty big Overwatch damage. And I think it'll be enough to take him out if he shows himself. And he did not. Okay. I'm trying to think where he would be. Over here, maybe? What if I come here? No. Well, this is really peculiar. Am I losing my mind? There was... I know there were two. And I know we just killed one. And what I'm stuck on is... Did we kill one and I have forgotten that fact?
On Overwatch.
Roger that. Scanning. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Moving to Overwatch.
No. Alright. I thought I was going crazy, honestly.
Hoorah!
I was starting to seriously question what was happening here. Alright, so let's reload.
Ready to rock.
Let's just reload everybody.
Ready to rock.
You're good, you're good. Alright.
Roger.
Got it
Got
covered.
my eyes on.
Alright, we're ready to move forward. Okay. Let's come here. It's going to take me a couple of turns to set up. But it is a thing we need to do.
Lifting off.
Okay. What am I going to do with you? I can't leave you this far back. I'm pretty sure. This is the one room where not having the Archangel suit could really make me pay. Now, you know, I'm going to leave him where he's at. I may regret it.
Come get some.
I probably will.
Overwatch. Roger that. Scanning.
But we'll
Come
find
get
out.
some.
Actually, it doesn't matter. I have to move forward more anyway. I just realized. Yeah. Because I don't think... Yeah, he can't make it. We need to come up to this railing. And we don't want to go up any farther than we have to, because there are some bad things down up ahead. Well, I think what I'm going to do... I'll put him here. God, that's so useless. But I'm going to do it. There's something about this mission. It's really funny. Like, I almost feel like I need to speak in hushed tones the whole time. There's kind of a gravity to it. I don't know if it's the music. knowing that it's the final mission, some combination of that. Alright.
Ultimately contributes little to our cause. Still, there is hope as the new one approaches.
So this is definitely a rift turn. I mean, I need all the damage I can get against these guys. Good start. They're both half down. I will come up here. And wow, I wish I had a better chance, but I have what I have. Okay. We got one. I got a little scared for just a second there. So we're going headshot. That's pretty sick. Now, there's going to be 2 Muton elites that just appeared back there.
We were justified in our efforts. This will bring about our redemption and usher in our future.
This room, more than any other, I was really worried about him not having Archangel armor. I'm going to go ahead and move up. He won't really do me much good this turn, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm torn. You know what? Maybe he will do me some good. Let's see what I can get out of a battle scanner. Lord knows I've gotten little enough use out of these. I've mostly ignored them throughout the campaign. Why did it skip my whole turn? I'm a little confused. One of them went into it. I just realized that's what that damage meant. One of the Muton elites walked into my rift. So I think one is still alive. And the other is just dead. That's kind of hilarious, actually. Alright, let me switch.
Moving to Overwatch.
Don't think I really want to move anybody else forward. I think I'm going to try to let her find the guy because, you know, there we go. But it's not really her Overwatch that I'm all that fussed over. It's more her eyes so that the snipers have Overwatch. There we go. Oh, there is another one. Okay.
I'm all right.
Whew. Well, listen, I'm not going to screw around with this guy. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe one of them didn't walk into it. I don't know. It would just be weird to me if it was my probe that took the damage from the rift. Alright, I don't think we need to worry about this anymore. I believe that we can move on. And we can bring her down. We are almost done, by the way.
Touchdown.
We're very close to the end of this mission.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
I'm going to go ahead and just move as far forward as I can. So we're doing okay. Now, Emily is kind of beat up. She just has a little bit more than half health. The next room is the key. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Actually, let me do this. Let's move the person at the front of the room up first, just in case I have somehow, some way, forgotten or misjudged. But it looks like we're okay. Yeah, we've taken a little bit of a scuff, but for the most part, we've come through this all right. But I say that knowing we're about to face the final room.
Commander.
There will be no dashing here. Wow, you know what? I know what's up here, and we're fine. And I don't want to make this take any longer than it needs to. I'm not trying to rush it, but... Alright. Alright. It is... I believe, okay to do this. Yes. I remember. I'm going to go ahead and come here. So we're just like a turn or two away. We just have to get set up in this room and then we'll trigger the final encounter.
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
I need to make sure I remember this. Is it here? I think so. God, I hope I'm not remembering wrong. That would be awkward. Yeah, we're all right. And then... Ah, crap. All right. Emily... Toggle flight. And then if you could come like here. That would be stupendous. And then Yuri, you come here. And I can't believe I didn't notice he needed to reload. We will... oh, well, I meant to reload her, but honestly, it's not really
Good to go.
much of a thing. And I'll reload her
Rock
too.
and roll.
Okay, well, listen, the whole campaign is come down to this, to what we are about to do. And let's just hope that it's good enough.
Enemy in sight.
Behold the greatest failure of the Imperial ones. We who failed to ascend as they thought we would. We who were cast out. We who were doomed to feed on the gift of lesser beings. As we sought to uplift them, to prepare them for what lies ahead.
Okay. So just so you know, on this and these platforms, that's 2 more ethereals. In addition to the Muton elites that have joined the party. But there's really only one person in here who matters. Now he does not have a great shot, but I'm going to take it. Alright, he's doing the old bounce back thing. And that's interesting. Apparently... Oh no, I moved at the start of the turn. Right. Okay, well, this is pretty huge. I really need to land this. Okay. Okay. I know she has double tap. I get that. Do I just want a rift here? I kind of like that idea. There's a lot of ways we could finish this encounter. Oh, I don't think I get to. See how it's in red? So, interestingly, I can use it on them. I don't know, am I... It's not that I'm too far away, is it? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I could move forward. I'm going to, just to see.
The hunt draws to a close. It was not a vain undertaking, but a necessity. As our physical form has grown ineffective, our search for the perfect specimen was driven by our own crippling limitation. And now, at long last...
Okay, so there's a lot of ways I could end this. I could have Emily just take another shot. But I kind of like the poetry of using psionics to try to get the final kill. I could also, by the way, have Lori just take the shot. There's a good chance it would kill him. But he has that ability that can repel shots. So let's do this. See if we can get the win. No. Alright. So he has resistance. You can hit him with it, but it just doesn't hurt him the same way it does some others. Oh, he's reflected it. Well, this is what I was worried about. And, whoa. Okay, we're kind of getting low on opportunities here. So, do it, Yuri.
This is not your path, not your purpose. You need our guidance to own this power. Without us, what are you?
Free. We're free.
What the hell is happening?
The ship itself is behaving like a dying star. Becoming a black hole. At this distance, the Earth will be consumed.
Central, I'm bugging out. The package is not on board. Waited as long as I could, sir.
Sir, the alien ship is in motion. What direction? What direction? Huh?
That cutscene gets me every time. I can't remember. Okay. Yeah, that cutscene of us heading back to the base after all that. I was like, what's, what are we heading towards? Well, that was our campaign. Boy, I tell ya, I love this game. It just brought back all the good memories I had. And some of the frustrations. You know, it's not a perfect game by any stretch. The bugs probably bother me the most, where you have obvious line of sight, but you don't get credit for line of, you don't get credit for line of sight. Just things like that. But on balance, man, I just really enjoy it. And for such a simple story, like the story is really just kind of a skeleton that the campaign, you know, it hangs on. But what's there, it's just very good. You know, it's basic, but it's pretty good storytelling. So I really enjoyed myself. We lost 2 soldiers, and, you know, having only lost 2, I remember them both pretty vividly. Losing our first sniper, Raquel, that one hurt because she was so good. Probably the best sniper I had, like in terms of how many shots she connected on when she was low level. And then she was just reaching that level where all snipers get good. And I made at least one, if not a couple of mistakes in the encounter leading up to that. I tried to pull her back, tried to keep her safer. Didn't work. And we lost her, and that kind of broke my heart. The other sniper we lost on his very first mission, I think. Maybe it was his second, but I do remember it was a terror mission. And I didn't make a big deal about it at the time. But I'll be honest, that was kind of a conscious choice I made, where I knew my heavy was in a very compromised position. There was a zombie close to him that I strongly suspected was capable of dealing out a one-shot kill. And, you know, he was like a captain or something at the time. And I just thought, listen, I'm going to put this squatty down there and, you know, give this zombie another target. Because while I don't want to lose either one, I'm pretty sure I'm losing somebody. And I'd rather it be the sniper. Now, you could certainly make a case that if I had done things differently prior to that, maybe I didn't have to lose anybody. Very possible. Not going to argue that. But anyway, 2 deaths over the course of an entire Enemy Unknown campaign on Classic Iron Man. I don't feel bad about that. 12 funding countries. We lost 3. Don't feel bad about that either. I pretty much made a conscious decision to let at least 2 of them go, maybe 3, but it just made more sense because we didn't have the money to buy interceptors for all the different continents and stuff. So, yeah. We didn't lose a single mission or lose a single battle. That's pretty cool. We killed 415 compared to them killing 2 of us. Average shot percentage 68. Yeah, we took some cheesy shots for sure, because there are turns where you got nothing better to do, and I'd rather try because you land some of those. Average damage per shot 7.3, turns per battle 19, whatever. If you rush through these maps, you're kind of foolish. I don't drag ass. I mean, I try to move forward, but take your time to reload, go slow and steady. 237 one-shot kills. Wow, that's amazing, because we killed 415. So you're telling me over half were one-shot kills? I'm a little incredulous about that. I'm not going to lie. What else we got? 113 days until first colonel. 1 psionic soldier. That's a fact. I do remember when we lost that interceptor. So I don't think any of this is especially interesting. We finished with 48 scientists. I built 4 laboratories? I don't think that's true. I think I built 2, but I don't know. Research 45 tech, 64 engineers. It's so funny in this game how in the beginning, and you have to really prioritize, like, I need engineers, I need engineers. Also, you can get the satellite uplinks built and get some coverage. And then you just reach a point where after that, they don't matter at all. Just stone nothing. Only needed one workshop. And I think we actually hit the number we needed before the workshop was finished. Technically, I didn't need to build it at all. Anyway, yeah, we did some other stuff. Total credits earned, a lot. And by the way, well, this kind of tells you the story. I did notice this. I was looking at our stuff, and I meant to show it before we came on the mission. I had a ton of resources left over. Almost 600 Elerium left over. Over 1,000 alloys. See, I got 2,400 and I used 1,200. So I literally had almost 1,200 left over. So even with what I had sold back, a long time ago, we had a ton. But I just had so much money, I didn't need it. So that was kind of crazy. We made 2,500 off the gray market. That's kind of impressive. Yeah, launched 12 satellites. We had 3 bonuses. And it was all on the left side of the board in the Situation Room. North America, South America, Africa. That's all right. I wouldn't have minded having the others, but it is what it is. And that's it. That is the game. And, man, what, yeah, I think I've already said most of what I wanted to say. Just, it's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed playing this. I've kind of binged it, to be honest. Like one Saturday, I recorded 6 episodes because I just wanted to keep playing. And if it weren't for the time it took me to edit and, render and all that stuff, I would have played more. Because I just really enjoy the game. I don't think I'm going to start playing, campaign after campaign. I do think one thing that was really cool, I had easily more missions where we finished with no one taking any damage at all in this one campaign than in all the time I had spent, prior to this put together, all those other campaigns. I have probably for the most part outgrown Classic, I fear. I think my I hate to even say that because then it sounds like you're a pompous ass talking himself up, but I just mean the fact that we can go through that many missions and not take a scratch, to be really challenged. Like, this game kind of wants you to feel stress all the time. I would probably have to play Impossible, but as I said at the start, I don't like Impossible. I was the same way with Civilization 5. I loved that game, but I believe the second hardest is called Immortal, and that game also, even more than this one, it just feels so like the AI is cheating as you move up in levels, that while I was capable of beating on a deity, and I did do it once just to kind of prove it to myself, I don't like it. And I kind of feel that way about this game. I just don't want to fight enemies that shoot you when you're behind full cover almost as easily as if they just had you flanked. It's just, I don't know. I don't dig it. So anyway, I probably will just set it aside for a good while. By the way, very interesting that Sid Meier is credited as creative director here. I had never noticed that before. I didn't know if that's kind of an honorific or if he really had input on this. But at any rate, love the game. And if you've been watching all along, love you. Thank you for supporting it. Thank you for all the comments and support that people give me, different tips and advice and so forth. Sorry, I don't always take it. I kind of have my own way I like to do things. But I nonetheless appreciate the thought that people put into their comments. And yeah, I think that's probably going to do it for now. I'm not sure what game I will play next, but at any rate, I guess I will just close out and say that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope we see you next time.